Welcome to the On Purpose Leader podcast. I'm your host, Charles Clemens. Wow, practicing law in California. The stakes are high. How do you balance navigating through legal landscapes while at the same time having a heart for the community? My guest, Brother Ethan Robinson Esquire, has navigated those spaces with excellence, with heart, with joy, and with a heart of compassion and service. I'm excited about this conversation. Join us for this conversation. Share, like, and subscribe to the On Purpose Leader podcast.
This is the On Purpose Leader podcast. Step in the room, let the truth out last. We don't lead for the game, we need to give. Serving with intention, that's the way we live. On Purpose Leader podcast, press play. Little bit of courage in your day to day. Every single story, every word you hear turns fear into focus, makes the mission clear.
Bro Robinson, good to see you.
Good to be seen.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me,
Yes,
brother.
indeed.
I love this invitation.
Oh,
right
same
here. I
here.
consider this an opportunity and a privilege.
My goodness, yeah.
Opportunity and a privilege.
For the viewers, my dear brother, he's just such a joy and a wonderful person to be around. You've practiced law. You've also served in the community. And for those of you who are not aware, he's my good friend and brother, a member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, and doing powerful work in the Rho Iota chapter down in Long Beach. I'm grateful to be a part of Omicron Mu up here in San Fernando Valley. And so just starting us off, take us back. What led you into law? When did you discover that this was a path that you wanted to take? And then take us from there, how that led you into law school. Take us back, brother.
So I love that question because most people would probably not believe it, but I've been pretty much the same person. And I don't know if a lot of people experience this, but I've been the same my whole life. I was always the outspoken one. I was always the largest one. I was blessed, thank you, Lord, with a high intellect.
All right.
And I've always been very articulate.
All right.
So even as a little kid, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, I was larger than the other kids. And I never was comfortable with injustice as a kid. So when I was on elementary school campus, if there was a school bully, I was a person who I was the biggest.
You want to step to him.
But if there was a school bully, I checked the bully. Not as a bully, but just as a line of first, last defense. I'm like, listen, you can get away with bullying the balance of the campus.
Yeah.
But I'm bigger than the teachers.
All right.
And you can't bully me.
Go ahead.
So I'm just here to tell you, you can no longer bully them. God wired me up that way.
Yeah.
I'm uncomfortable with inequity. I'm uncomfortable with unfair. That's why I'm grateful. And it took a lifetime to really find the full gratitude of being just Black.
Yeah.
The gift of melanin.
Yes, it's a gift.
Because it's a gift that comes with a heavy price.
Yes, sir.
But when you have a God that shapes you just right for the occasion,
that's right,
to be the big Black man.
Go ahead.
Because the big Black man is probably the most feared creature out there.
All right.
So now when people come in and they see the big Black man, they're like, oh, wow. And you find out that's your lawyer. Now you want to, how's it going to bring it?
And on your side.
Yeah. Right. And then you find out, wait a minute, he's a big Black guy with a mouthpiece.
Okay.
Oh, suddenly
you got something to
feel
say.
A little bit better about, hey, he's taking care of me.
Yeah.
Because I would always tell my clients when I started off in the early days of criminal defense, I was like, it's time for you to not worry. They pay me to do that for you.
Go ahead.
You got to do is sit back and let me take care of things. I'm going to make it better now. You have me.
There you go.
So I was always, I had certain things that I wanted to do in my lifetime. I wanted to sing. I had a chance to sing professionally when I was young, but I've always wanted to do that. I wanted to entertain. I've always been a public social person. And I wanted to make sure I practiced law because I wanted to be able to champion causes for people and help.
That's right.
And I just was not going to miss it. When I finished at Berkeley and came home, I knew I wanted to go to law school. My mom was a eligibility worker with the county of Los Angeles. And I heard about this job called a judicial assistant with the Superior Court. Matter of fact, my mom brought it to me. She said, son, I wanted to get this job. But since I was by myself raising you 2 boys, I was afraid to take the chance. But you want to go to law school, maybe if you work in the court, that'll help you out with some letters of recommendation, this and that. So my plan was get the job, be a judicial assistant for 1 year, impress a bunch of judges, get letters of recommendation, start law school the next year full time. And I got the job. I was excellent for my first year. Judges were loving me. And then my mom had a stroke. So then my timeline shifted. Now starting law school is not even in the beginning of the priority. Let's get her back on.
Taking care of mama. That's right.
And at one point, I took her to work with me for 6 months in a wheelchair.
Oh my goodness.
Feeding her through a tube in her stomach. She had to learn to walk, talk, swallow. I had to put a frozen spoon and stick it down her throat to bring her gag reflex back, just to swallow food. It was a long, arduous process. Got her back to where she was living by herself.
Go ahead.
Yeah, full comeback. And then it was time to go to law school. But at that point, you know, I get married at the end of the first semester of law school, getting ready to plan on a family. So there's full-time is out of the question. I got to work 8 hours a day. And go to law school 4 hours a night. And that took 4 years. Then I had to take the bar exam. And of course, I'm thinking like everybody else, oh, Ethan, you know, you're going to pass the first time. Well, didn't make it the first time. Didn't make it the second
time.
Didn't make it the third time. So number 4, I take it. And this is when I speak to young men. I tell them, you know, never tap out on life.
Amen.
Life is hard, and you might want to throw in the towel. Never tap out on life, because the way you get your results from the bar, they have an electronic publishing on a Friday night. But the hard copy comes out in the paper on a Sunday, in the Sunday paper. So when my results came out on the Friday night for test number 4, I wasn't on the list. And I told a lot of people, like, you know, what if I would have done something drastic, drove my car off the overpass, felt like I had failed for the 4th time? What would my epitaph have been? Because when the newspaper came out Sunday, someone called my mom. And my mom, as a single Black mom, she was a very close to the vest, don't let strangers in person. My mom paged me on my pager. I was playing at a 9-hole golf course around the corner from my house. When you've had a mom that's had some strokes, if you get the page to call mom, that means we're on our way to emergency. Something's amiss.
Serious,
So I ran off the course, ran home, and my mom goes, Ethan, this boy called me asking me to give him your number. And I said, well, did you give him the number? She said, no, I don't do that. And I said, Mom, if they can find your name, that means they must know me enough for me to have told them your name. So, but she's a single Black mom.
Protect.
Respect what she's doing.
Absolutely.
Turns out, he goes, is your middle name Leon? I said, yes. Do you live in Norwalk? Yes. Congratulations, man, you passed the bar. So Friday night, not on the list. It was kind of like that 3 days in that tomb.
To the Sunday. Hey,
he's risen. Here's the blessing.
Yes, sir.
So you learn in life. You got to keep going. That's why I remind a lot of folks, because when I tell kids, they're like, ooh, man, you hear the Yeah, I thought I had 4 of them. I only had 3.
Wow.
And I only passed that 4th time because I finally slowed down and stopped being, you know, you can't be at home and be super dad and super husband and super employee and find the time to dedicate to the bar. That last time around, I went and I was off on an island for a little bit.
You got some rest.
And I did it in a little bit of solitude. But leaving my family for about 6 to 8 weeks, I was able to be fully focused and prevail. And then I've been practicing law for 23, it'll be 24 years in June.
That's amazing.
Blessing folks.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I've done a little bit of everything.
Wow.
I did private defense. I've done felony trials. I've done misdemeanor trials. I've done civil multi-million-dollar trials. And now I'm a prosecutor that prosecutes crime.
Wow.
And some people would say, well, wait a minute, isn't that kind of averse to the Black community? Remember, prosecutors are the ones that decide who gets diversion, what cases get filed.
That's right.
As a Black prosecutor,
Yeah.
I understand the culture.
That's right.
So there may be some things that some people can't process that I can bring some clarity to the understanding.
Yeah, from your experience.
Exactly.
Lived, yeah.
And so what may seem amiss for you might
Right.
just be how we do.
That's right. You know the culture. You know what's the backstory.
Come on.
So when you work towards justice, you're measuring it out appropriately.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
and if you
dig that. Yeah.
don't have that foundation, that background,
Yeah.
there's things that'll just what may seem
Yeah.
off-putting to you or uncomfortable to you.
You don't understand.
That hey, we're raised a different way. You know, all Black boys are raised to know about 10 and 2.
10 and 2.
And yes, sir,
Yes, sir. No, sir. The
And
talk.
That right.
The talk.
That happens. And quiet as it's kept with this last generation, we had to have it with our daughters. I had to have it with my daughters.
That's right. Yeah.
Because that's how much times have changed. And then you had to tell the ladies 10 and 2.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, no, sir.
Yes, sir,
Because
no,
they
sir.
started doing evil things to even
Yeah. To
just
the women.
Black girls by
Black
themselves.
girls. Yeah. That's right.
Um,
Whew, man.
yeah.
Bro Robinson, you've shared so much, and we can go down a number of areas. And first, let me just, I rejoiced to I'm probably sounding churchy here, but to know that you got a heart for justice. And being a taller brother, there's times where growing up, you just stick out. And then it's like, what are you going to do? I don't care for bullies myself. But that being said, to hear that you moved in a way towards being for justice for the community and justice for all people. I know you to be that kind of a man. What's one thing that people in general don't get about law? I mean, we hear phrases like law and order, the law and the land, do the crime, pay the time. And we may watch a TV show related to law, judge, whoever, fill in the blank.
Right. Fill in the blank.
And so we're kind of obscure as to what it is and what it isn't. And this kind of broad question, but in your experience, what's one thing that you say, people don't get this, and if they got this, it would help them a lot when it comes to what you believe and know law to be?
So I was blessed as a judicial assistant to have spent 12 years in a courtroom 5 days a week.
Wow.
Standing right next to a judge. And I got to see hundreds of trials, thousands of lawyers.
Wow.
I got to see juries selected. I got to deal with the whole thing.
Oh.
The courtroom, and a lot of people don't really get this, but the courtroom is for most of the people in the room the place they want to be least. When you are involved in a lawsuit, when somebody finally tells you you are served, or somebody tells you, put your hands behind your back, I'm arresting you for DUI.
Wow. Yeah.
Or you put your hands on your spouse. Somebody, I can see a visible injury. I'm sorry. Somebody has to go.
Somebody's going.
And it's going to be you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That is probably the worst time in that person's life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it only heightens when now you are drugged into a room or brought to a room or ordered to show up somewhere where somebody's going to sit on a bench, male or female, in a black robe above you.
Wow.
And order you around.
Wow.
And then suddenly all these strangers,
Yeah.
somebody you've never met, said, I'm here to champion you.
Wow.
Somebody you've never met is here. I'm here to check you.
Yeah.
As the prosecutor.
Yeah.
And I'm here to champion for that victim who you took from or put your hands on or hit when you were driving under the influence.
Got in that bar fight or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So everybody, when they are finally hailed to court, they're in the worst place they want to be at any point in time in their life.
Yeah.
I just know, even when I had to go through my divorce, which is a lawsuit.
Yeah, yeah. Like,
I'm somebody who's in court all day, but I was despondent
yeah.
during that process.
That's heavy. Yeah.
I was despondent and felt
Yes,
like
sir.
a failure.
Yeah.
Now I got strangers in my life about,
Yeah.
come on.
And they have no understanding of what it all came
But
to.
you have to show up. You can't blow off courts because the law's going to find you.
Ooh,
It don't find you today, it'll find you tomorrow. It will find you.
Sooner or
Because
later.
when you don't come to court, bench warrants issue. And at some point in time, you bump into a law enforcement officer, and when you least expect it, I'm going to impound this car, and you're staying with me.
Wow.
And everything has shifted.
Yeah.
So what I have done, at least in my legal career, and I think what has helped me shape it the way it has, is I have embraced the same way I've been my whole life, my individuality.
Okay.
I try to make every courtroom I'm in just like any other room I'm in. It's going to be a positive experience.
Yeah, there you go.
Now,
okay.
Do I have to change hats? Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But I editorialize in a courtroom. So I will tell the judge, Your Honor, I hate to say this, but there's going to be an energy shift now.
Yeah.
Because I want the defendant to know.
Yeah.
You didn't get it done. And when you do great, I'm going to laud you.
Yeah.
I'm one of the few prosecutors that will turn and tell a defendant, outstanding job.
Yeah.
You did well.
Did well.
Way to go.
But
if you don't do well, I'm going to be the one that will look you in the face and say,
you got some bad
you're going to
news.
stay. You don't get to leave. Because I'm going to come in so hard that the judge has to agree with me. And people don't understand it. You might look at it and say, well, I don't mean you're putting people in jail. I get it. I get it. I get it from the outside. Might seem like sometimes it's just like rearing your child. I was an excellent child, but I still got spankings.
Same here. Oh, boy.
And they worked.
Yeah, they do. They deter.
I actually feel like, and I hate to say this, but I have a 26-year-old and a 24-year-old and 22-year-old. And I feel like maybe that spared rod may have overspoiled the child.
Wow. You're getting deep there.
I'm
rewinding the tape in my head too, as a brother, as a father, yeah.
And I mean, I know this generation is different.
I get it.
They have a different sensitivity level.
Right.
But in my effort to be different, and we think we want our kids to be better. I want to be better than generation before me. Maybe we're going to try to be hands off.
Hands off. Yeah.
Hands off. There was spankings when they were little on the butt. Those things.
A little tap here and there.
Formative stuff. But I mean, I was spanked up to 18.
Yeah.
Spanked, whooped.
Whooped.
Let me say it right. Like, whooped.
For the audience, whooped.
Whooped. Whooped, America.
Down south, it was whooped.
It was a whooping. With whatever was within arm's length.
Yeah.
It was a different process. My mom wouldn't have done well in modern times. She didn't call cases.
But it was a different time, too.
Right, but and the need, you got one black woman maybe raising two large black men by herself.
Yeah, to keep them in line.
If there was one person going to get respect in that house, that was Patricia Ann Robinson.
Say it.
Never one of her children ever raise their hand to their mama or come incorrect to their mom. It was yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. To
all
people.
of that.
Yeah.
All of that.
Respect. Yeah.
It was required.
That's right.
And so the law is a similar dynamic. That's why it is more important for us to teach our children accountability in our home setting than any place else, because the way society works is if you can't comport, we're going to teach you the other way. You'll have a stranger like me saying, I represent the people of the state of California. And you'll have somebody in a black robe saying, I'm not giving suggestions. I'm giving orders.
Yeah.
And then you'll have a stranger coming up to you that knows you based on a few pieces of paper and says, I'm here to champion you.
Wow.
I'm here to champion you. It's an uncomfortable setting.
Yeah.
You don't know how the chips are going to fall. You're scared to death. And these are life-altering moments in the courtroom. So I always try to at least make the atmosphere better.
Yeah.
I try to make sure that I explain myself. Not to say it too harshly, but if I have to put foot to ass, that's what's coming.
And that's a part of the law too. It's part of the law.
You have to have it because if you don't learn it young,
you're gonna learn
once
it
you
later.
get 18, it's not about what your mama and daddy tell you, or your uncle or auntie or your grandma. All of them are out of the picture. It's going to be the honorable so-and-so or such and such who's going to tell you what to do. And then when you don't, a prosecutor like me, who's well-spoken, is going to say just enough for them to keep you for an uncomfortable amount of time until you adjust.
Wow. Yeah. But thank you. For the viewers that are watching, this is a deep dive into law, into consequences. And my pop used to say, you're going to learn one way or the other. You're going to learn one.
He was telling you the truth.
He said, son, you can learn it the easy way or the hard way.
But you are going to
learn.
Yeah.
You're going to learn.
Without a doubt.
Man. But Rob, a question following up to that, and keeping confidentiality, you may have stories where it was learning the hard way, where you were on the prosecuting side. And let me say it this way, and it's not a harm to our community when you fight for justice to sometimes punish crime.
Not at all.
And then similarly, when you're on the defending side, to help people who are accused of things that they weren't. Can you speak to maybe two of those stories? Yeah, maybe you have real life ones you can recall.
So it is a peculiar juxtaposition.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start from the defense side.
Okay.
Because there are a lot of people that will be of a mind of, how can you defend a criminal?
Right, yeah.
And we got to start off with, they're alleged criminals. They're charged with a crime. But, one thing I've learned over the years, most people that commit crimes or accused of committing crimes, they aren't evil, dark-hearted, nefarious people.
Yeah.
Most of them are people that made a bad choice.
Made a bad
decision.
That moment.
It's just
human.
Two more drinks. Oh, but I'm good. Woo!
All of a
you
sudden.
wrapped your car around a car and then, hey man, you got some red watery eyes. You smell like you've been drinking. Now you done caught a case. Bump into somebody at the bar. Exactly. Fight breaks. They push you. You hit him. You broke his jaw. Just because, or the fool pressed you. Pressed you. Got up in your face. You still trying to defend you. You hit him one time. And he's got to have surgery. Suddenly you're looking at felonies.
Wow.
But you were defending yourself. But suddenly you look like the villainous one.
Wow.
So you need an advocate to help create context for those 12 strangers.
Wow.
To help them understand, like, hey. Yeah, that guy suffered a huge consequence. For pushing the envelope. And this person's been charged with the crime, but this person was actually the true victim. He had someone that pushed him and he said, please stop. And pushed him again. And he said, please leave me alone. He's got up in his face. Said, if you put your hands on me, I'm going to put my hands back on you. And they tested. And then they got the F. And then this person looks like they're the heavy.
They're the villain.
But when you have someone who understands communication and can give context and perspective, so people charged with crime deserve their champion too. And I've had lots of people where you champion for them. When I was representing juveniles, there was a young man who was charged with having a gun.
Okay.
And he was charged with that because they took a gun off of his person.
Wow. Oh, okay. Wow, they found it.
So he did have a gun.
Yeah.
But we live in a country where an officer needs to have probable cause to search. Investigate you. He can't just because you look a certain way or in a certain area just come out guns drawn. So I had a young man, and I was really hard on my juvenile defendants. Okay. As their lawyer. Yeah. Because one, I knew I was gonna be a good lawyer for them, but I felt like if you have to talk to me through glass and I'm representing you being paid by the county, something's already amiss. You're missing something at home. Yeah. So I came in hard to mine because I felt like somebody had to preach that sermon of chin check. Yeah. While I had that little bit of time, because the judge won't be able to really check them. Yeah, responsibility. Clearly, they mama and daddy or grandmama or granddaddy
Can't control.
because they have a lawyer and they're in custody. So we already late to the party.
To the party.
So when I see young men with guns, I would always check them. And my approach was maybe different than most.
Yeah.
I would ask them, are you a secret agent? He would say, what? I'm like, are you a deep cover, special weapons, battalion tactics, armament, like 007?
The CIA stuff.
And they're like, what are you talking about? Then what are you doing with a gun? Guns don't kill people. Stupid people like you with guns kill people.
Right on.
And I don't want you running around here 15 with a strap, because that's my wife, that's my son, that's my daughter, that's me out here.
That's right.
And so I always want to bring home that first before I say, now I'm about to champion for you. Because if I win this case and I get this gun suppressed and it goes away, what are you going to do with that blessing? Are you going to say, thank you, God,
and then go back
stay away from it? Or are you going to... So this young man, I came in hot, and then he told me the story. He said, well, I was just standing at the bus stop, and the cop pulled up with the gun out, pointed sideways at me. This is how he pulled up.
Wow.
And I said, excuse me?
It just rolled up on him.
And he said, and it wasn't, he said he had the front and back window down, and he just pulled up.
Wow.
And he had the gun pointed at, I said, sideways, like in a movie, like Denzel or something like that?
Wow, like an action movie kind of.
Cops don't hold guns like that.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out this honest law enforcement officer testified consistent with what my client told me.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
He did just pull up. And I said, well, wait, where was your gun when you were driving? Sitting in my lap.
Whoa.
I'm like, do they train you to drive around?
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Wow.
And then, did you point the gun at my client sideways, like in a movie?
Wow. Like Training Day or something. Yeah.
And he said yes.
Wow.
Thank God for that honest officer.
Okay.
I actually would not have expected that much honesty, given that he was blowing it from stem to stern.
My goodness. And he admitted that in court.
He said he had the gun in his lap. He pulled up pointing it. You know, he knows he was in a community where young men run around strapped. I get that part.
Yeah.
But you need to know more than just, he got that look and boom.
Yeah.
And just driving around with your gun out, pointing it at people before hello, that's clearly not comporting with the law.
Wow.
So it took the hearing was broken into 3 parts. So this young man spent 6 weeks in custody. We had a hearing, 2 weeks later we had a hearing, 2 weeks later we had a hearing. So over 6 weeks, we finally get to where it's ready for the judge to rule.
Yeah.
And the judge says to me, Mr. Robinson, I'm a slave to the law.
Wow.
And he granted my motion to suppress. And he suppressed the gun and the case got dismissed.
Wow.
The whole courtroom energy shifted. Suddenly, I'm the guy who everybody usually loves them some Ethan.
Yeah.
Deputies were like, man, justice took one on the chin today. And they're looking at me like I did something wrong.
Really?
Getting this gun suppressed. And I'm looking at them like, shouldn't you be checking your fellow officer?
Yeah.
What? He's told you he did it all wrong.
Yeah.
If he does it wrong, it is supposed to get suppressed.
And admitted to it. My goodness.
Now, the prosecutors that I try to have a good relationship with, because as a defense attorney, relationship changes everything.
Wow.
I want to be able to have influence on how we work out cases, because the majority of cases are resolved over a conversation, not in a trial or a hearing.
That's right.
And that prosecutor who lost that motion against me and the gun got suppressed felt some kind of way about it.
Was he a little salty about it?
Let's put it away. The full double salt on both sides.
Both sides.
The two sides. It was real salty.
Goes well.
Pressure's going up.
There you go.
Pressure, high sodium. And the sodium was high.
Yeah.
About 4 weeks after that, I'm getting my files together in the morning to go to court. DA comes running into our office. I'm a public defender.
District attorney coming.
The prosecutor, same one who was salty. It's about a month later.
Okay.
Guess who's in custody? I said, who are you talking about? Our boy.
Oh.
Who are you talking about? The one where you got the gun suppressed. I'm like, what you mean he's in custody? What's he in custody for? A gun.
Okay.
That has happened more than once to me. It's very hard when you try, you explain the blessing.
Yeah, that's right.
But the culture or the peer pressure
Yeah.
or the environment
Yeah.
or the situationship that is living in the hood
Yeah.
compels people to think they have to operate one way.
Mm.
And,
No.
there's still that duality of, and
Yeah.
sometimes they may,
Yeah.
you don't
Walking
know.
that block.
It's tough.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
for me, I have a little bit of vantage point. Not that I grew up walking hard blocks, because I grew up in Cerritos, but I was born in Los Angeles. And
So
as a successful athlete, I had to play balls in Black community to be a successful athlete. So
got it.
I put quality time in amongst the neighborhood.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you understand that duality of, man, me walking to school in Cerritos and you walking to school is two different school walks. I never had to fight to walk to school.
Yeah.
I never had to worry about the adjustment from one block to another block to another block.
Yeah.
And whose hood I'm in.
Yeah.
Just between blocks.
Just between blocks.
Yeah.
Like who's running that block. That
Right.
kind of thing.
And what's going to be the appropriate protocols.
Yeah.
So you have these young people that you're trying to help, or you have these old people that you're trying to help.
Yeah.
I used to come in and I would throw the report at a defendant and tell them, how would you do something so stupid? Read that. And I remember I learned a valuable lesson one night. Grown Black man, older than myself, but I still come in hot.
Yeah.
I still will come, because I'm going to fight for you in the end.
That's right.
But, you have to chastise poor choices and bad behavior.
Yeah, to learn from.
Right.
That's the only way to learn.
But you got to figure out how you're communicating. And throwing a report at somebody and telling them, read that and say, how can you do that?
Can shut them
to
down.
Find out later, they tell you, I don't know how to read, bruh.
Ooh, wow, wow.
Right.
So the brother couldn't read. Yeah.
So at that point, I had to, first of all, it felt like a mule.
Yeah.
I had a mule kick moment.
Yeah.
Then I had to not only apologize to him, but then I had to thank him because he made me a better lawyer in that moment.
That's right.
And I told him, I said, I will never, ever again assume that somebody can read. A thing that I take so basic.
Yeah. We could take it for granted. And somebody may say, hey, I forgot my glasses. Can you read that for me, Charles?
Right.
And you find out.
Right. The glasses was the front. Can you just read that for me, Charles? But that's a lot of pride.
That's a lot of pride.
To be able to just say that.
Yeah.
But when somebody's in jail and their lawyer is coming at them like a prosecutor energy, checking them, you're like, man, first of all, I can't even read. So if you want to talk to me about what I did, but I can't read.
Yeah.
And for me,
wow.
I was like, I shook the brother's hand.
Yeah.
And trust me, I've never had a client not at least happy with the effort that they received in terms of representation. I can't always control results.
Yeah. I get that.
Can control my effort.
Yeah.
And my level of excellence.
I dig that. Bro Robinson, you shared a great deal. And I'm hearing, again, that heart of service, heart of justice. I mean, it's palpable to recognize when you're in that situation, it's going to be the worst in your life, and do all you can to avoid it. I'm thankful to God that God's put you there to defend when defense needed, prosecute when prosecute is needed, and that sense of service. And I know in a part of our conversation, we want to get into the community service you do down in the Long Beach area. We're going to talk about that. But before we do, part of our conversation had to do with this sense of leaders being about serving others, the accent on the we, versus the modern day, we got a crop of me, I kind of thing. And so my question is kind of layered, and I'm just going to jump on out there. California, we've had ICE agents performing arrests. We've had riots related to it. There's been 2 deaths. There was a brother who was shot, African-American man, and there was a Mexican man out in Ventura who fell when he was running.
Right.
So for the audience, if you could you describe legally, because I know there's people ask questions, who's legal as an immigration status.
Right.
But my question is, are those agents who I understand are federal employees, are they functioning legally by doing that? or is that a breach of Constitution? Could you speak to that if you want to, or whatever you can, and then speak to not only the legality part, but what does public servanthood look like in legal spaces, including law enforcement, including elected officials, and yeah, I said it, including our president. You know, we out there now, so
We might as well
go ahead, brother.
go over these skis. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So our current climate has not only emboldened substandard law enforcement, it has empowered it because those at the very top, the highest, and I'm just going to speak directly to this current administration, when you have a democracy operating more like a fiefdom or a kingdom,
Wow.
where everyone who is supposed to be part of a cohesive checks and balances is actually just bending to the will of one, such that no one can do wrong. But remember, you got that the one that they're bending the will to, he has no loyalty. His only loyalty is to I.
Himself.
So I'm going to just go ahead and name names. Christy Nome, who recently lost her job. I feel that everything she said in the aftermath, the line she was talking about, the domestic terrorism, that whole script she was running, that Bovino was also running, all that stuff that was happening in Minnesota after those two people were killed / murdered, none of which was justified. I think they were saying what they were told to say.
Wow.
The problem is they were being loyal to a king that has no loyalty to them. And when the political temperature got too hot,
she was removed. You got to go.
He just cuts.
Yeah.
You're not going to get reciprocal loyalty from the king. He need not do it. He's the king. How did Mel Brooks say it? It's good
to be the king. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
And I think that has spilled down. I have a fundamental problem because I'm considered, as a prosecutor, part of law enforcement. I carry a badge. And I carry a lot of responsibility, and I have an ethical oath. And my charge as a prosecutor is not to put people in jail. My job is to do justice.
Uphold the law.
Sometimes justice means this case needs to be dismissed right now.
Wow.
That might be the right thing. This case needs to not be filed.
Wow.
That might be the right thing.
Yeah.
Hey, if I have doubt and I'm the prosecutor, I don't need 12 people to have doubt.
Yeah.
I have doubt.
I have doubt.
We're done.
Yeah.
So I have a problem when I work with officers that every day have a badge with a serial number on it. They have cars where you can see the unit numbers. They have watch commanders, and you know where they're coming from. And they may not always be perfect, but they're above board. You will never see LAPD or CHP with their face covered, where you can only see their eye.
We can identify them.
We know who we're dealing with.
We're dealing with badge identification.
To me, I already feel that this current federal climate, where they can make officers of the law look like nefarious people that are out there actually from just viewing them, they look very unlawful to me.
Sure.
I know if 6 people with AKs and vests and stuff ran up on my car like they did Miss Good and got out of here and grabbed in the car like that.
Yeah, you don't know. Who are you? Why? Yeah.
Are you the Popos? Because that doesn't sound law enforcement-y.
Yeah.
That sounds law breaking.
Yeah.
So I feel the problem with what's happening right now is this is going to be one that it's going to be history. Judges it.
History.
It's not going to be fixed in real time. It's just like what has happened through the whole civil rights movement and the evolution. You know, we're kind of circling back. We are in a quiet civil war percolating again. It's always been a little under the surface, but now the hate is back out on full volume.
Wow.
The racism is back out on full blast.
Wow.
You know, we've got emboldened Karens rolling up on Black men to voice their opinions.
Wow.
First of all,
like provocative.
When I was coming up, very few white women would be so bold as to come up to a Black male of my stature bringing that kind of energy.
Wow.
Not that they were worried we were going to put hands on them. They just wouldn't have the audacity to do it.
Yeah.
But when the king
Yeah.
doesn't care,
Sure.
when he is the most audacious, when he won't even, when he'll put out pictures of people with their faces on orangutans and gorillas and then say, I was not wrong. I retract nothing. Well, what does that tell the people that were raised in households that are, hey, they're less than? Remember, just 70 years ago, they couldn't even vote. 100 years ago, we owned them.
Yeah. Yeah. That's not too
They were
long
like
ago.
pets.
Yeah. And that type of thinking is still alive. My goodness, it's a mindset. There's a lot. Let me ask this question, and I appreciate that observation of a fiefdom.
Yeah.
That sense of selfishness, and even part of our conversation, the culture of selfie and selfishness that is baked into America. And on the positive side, if we can find it, you're in those spaces of advocating for what's justice.
Correct.
And given your role, how do you move in such a way where people don't maybe accuse you of being a part of injustice, and at the same time, they don't see you as somebody that's partial, like you're gonna hook up your friends? Because I've heard you, even in our conversation here as well as others, that you're for what's right. You're for what's just full stop.
Period. Even when it comes to me,
even when it comes to you.
I'm very much accountable.
Wow.
I'm self-accountable. So I look at it this way.
Go ahead. Good.
It's almost like that concept of I'm not going to ask you to do anything that I wouldn't ask of myself.
Wow.
So I want to hold folks to the line, but it's no more or no less than I would hold me to it.
Wow. Okay.
And because deep down inside, and I know as I was growing my faith, my pastor at my church at the time, Pastor Bayless Conley at Cottonwood Christian Center, used to always talk about that God-shaped hole. There's a God-shaped hole, and that's where he would tell you that's what Jesus is here to fill.
Amen.
People, I wear my cross every single day. I've had judges and people show me like, man, you've had that hanging around your neck for 25 years. Absolutely.
Right. Carrying
it. I get on the elevator and they're like, man, I like your cross, and I'll tell them I lean on it all day.
Yeah. Amen.
And what
that's good.
Some people might say, hey, man, is that cool for you to wear that in court? Is it? I say, let me tell you what this is cool for. This makes sure you get the best version of me. This is what makes sure I always have enough introspection to be like, hey.
Yeah, you thinking.
Thumb on the scale the right way, the wrong way? Am I looking at this? Am I being fair? Am I being equitable?
Wow.
So I want to always effectively communicate such that we can be candid.
Yeah.
The communication between the two sides of justice, and I've been on both sides of the table. I'm a prosecutor now.
Yeah.
And so when I talk to defense attorneys, I don't want them to feel suspicious or I want them to feel candid. Yeah. So I can be candid with them. Wow. Because I want it to work out. Yeah. If your client's doing well, society's doing better.
That's right. It affects the whole.
Right. Yeah. Defendants that take responsibility, they go on probation, don't come back. Man, you've been on probation 18 months into your 36 months and you've done nothing. Well, the big black guy's going to get up and say, Your Honor, we're about to have an energy shift.
Oh, boy.
Right. Right. And it's a full moment. Because judges will be like, it's happening. Mr. Robinson, are you going to have something to say? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm about to come in hot. Yeah. But it's 18 months of 36 months, you've done nothing. When the best way to run that program is first 12 months, get it all done. Yeah. And then I don't need to see you for the next 24.
There you go. That accountability.
Just get it done. Be excellent. Because you know what I'm going to say when you come in? I'm going to say, you've done a phenomenal job. Yeah. No further appearances. Outstanding, sir. Outstanding, ma'am. I will laud you. Yes. From that side. Yeah. And so I think defendants feel my fairness in a courtroom. If you're a defendant in the audience and you're like, well, that guy at least, like he gave the one guy foot to ass, but his ass was kind of out. So what are you going to do?
It was a corrective.
it was medicinal.
It was medicinal.
It was necessary, right? It was a corrective.
There you go.
Yeah, he said it real eloquently.
Free the mind, and you know what's going to follow.
The rest will follow.
The rest will follow.
But
Yeah.
for the same token,
Yeah.
if you do right, and you know, most prosecutors don't do that. I am a very unique individual, but I'm also, I wear things on my sleeve. I think most people, if you can get past the largesse of it and the big black, and again, I know when I used to be a professor in law school and I was teaching people trial advocacy and practice.
Yeah.
I used to tell everybody, listen, we live in a society that judges everything by the external.
The externals, yeah.
So I said, can you imagine what it's like when 6'7" and 300 plus pounds walks in?
That's right.
They don't even know how to receive.
People prejudge. I
So
get it.
the first thing I always do, I hit them with the pearly whites.
There you go.
I
There you
take the
go.
temperature down with a
There you go.
smile.
There you go.
Because there's a difference between a black man smiling and a black man
Coming in.
scowling.
Yeah, Samuel.
This, right.
Yeah,
and
no disrespect, Sam.
Right,
Watch
but it has made you a millionaire because just your countenance can change the temperature in a room.
Indeed. Yeah.
And so I let folks know, hey, they're going to judge the cover of the book.
Yeah.
They won't, before they even worry about what's on the pages. It can be blank, but if the cover look good, they're going to buy the book.
By the book. Yeah.
So give them a good cover.
Give them a good cover.
Because that's your entree to people. Because as an attorney and a trial attorney, which is what I am, I got to convince 12 strangers to see it the way I see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're only going to receive me if they can hear me and if they're listening. And if they like me, they might listen.
There you go.
But if they don't like you, it's womp, 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 womp.
Tune you
We
out.
are on the Peanuts. It's Charlie Brown.
Right. Oh, yeah. We still don't know who the teacher is.
We have the mystery to this day.
That's
our
right.
whole life. And
That's
we
right.
still don't know.
But she was there.
But we know her voice.
That's
womp,
it.
womp, womp, womp.
That's
Right.
it.
We don't know what she's talking about.
Yes, sir.
And so that's what I try to, and I also try to educate young lawyers. We are having even that I thing that we were talking about.
Yeah, that I versus we.
You know,
the ego kind of.
It has become so rampant and pervasive. I see younger lawyers that they have their hypersensitivities and they manifest them in court. Oh, well, I feel like this court is picking me out. Like,
so it comes about them. Not about
their client. I've had younger African American lawyers that they're in their first or second or third trial, and they're claiming race card.
And
I'm like, first of all, your career is brand new. If you're already saying you're treating me a certain way, Your Honor, because I'm black, is that going to be your script? Is that what you're going to run on? That's your platform?
Wow.
You know, I think you might want to consider that. What if that's not the reason?
If it's not the reason.
Are you maybe possibly in your own way a little bit here?
There you go. That's that accountability.
I know that race is a part of everything. I didn't. I can't deny my black.
Sure.
But I can tell you one thing, in the courtroom, I don't care who else is in it, and I don't care who's on the bench. In the courtrooms I am, those are mine.
There you go. Yeah.
I am a shark in that water.
Pursuing excellence.
Swim. You picked the wrong one.
There you go.
You picked the wrong one.
Yeah.
And I'm going to act accordingly the whole time.
Yeah.
So I just try to emphasize with folks that, listen, I'm going to meet you where you are. I'm going to communicate effectively. I do it well as a prosecutor, I think, because I don't misrepresent. I'm an honest man.
Yeah.
I did it well as a defense attorney because as a black person, I can communicate all the levels. I can speak the King's English really well.
Yeah.
But if I need to get into a brother's ear,
you can code switch. Yeah.
Correct behavior.
Yeah.
I used to have clients that used to want to speak. And I'm like, wait. And I would tell them, you have to fire me immediately. They're like, well, only one of us can talk in the relationship.
Yeah. Okay.
You can talk to me,
right,
but you can't talk out loud. This is where I talk.
Okay.
And if you're planning to talk where I talk, I need you to fire me.
Wow. Okay.
If you think you got better mouthpiece than the big dog, shoot your shot, baby.
Ain't no need for two of us.
Yeah, I'm not offended. I think you're doing yourself a disservice. I wouldn't get rid of me. That's just some free legal advice. I wouldn't get rid of me.
Well, they say the person that has himself for a client,
They got a fool for an attorney.
I heard that somewhere.
Come on. Right.
Yeah,
And it takes people a little time. Well, wait a minute. The attorney is the client. Duh. And even if you said it in the inverse, it still works.
Still works.
Think about it. Right. Think
My
about
goodness.
it.
Wow. Bro Robinson, this is powerful conversation. Service. You certainly service in law, but also with Roy Iota, the Good Brothers of Omega Psi Phi, Long Beach. Speak to us. Well, first I got to ask, with all that you're doing, you take time out, y'all involved with mentoring, you're involved with giving to the homeless, Christmas time, I seen that picture, Santa Claus, you do your thing, loving on the community. And for the audience, this is him all the time. This is the real deal. I mean that from the heart.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. So how, and I see the love, I feel the love because you're a good friend and brother, but you give that same energy to the community. And I'm sure the Good Brothers of Roy Iota would say the same thing, that we love you, we respect you, and the community. So first question, how do you do it? How do you do it? And then describe what y'all are doing. I know we got this Crab Fest thing going.
Yes, indeed.
So could you speak to that a little bit? Feel free, good brother.
I feed off of that which is right.
There you go.
There's just, I know a lot of people are in it for what's in it for me.
With them.
And I know that mindset is pervasive.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's productive.
Right.
They both start with a P, but those are two. Pervasive. Just because it's everywhere, does that make it right?
Don't make it right.
Do you get more joy when you operate from the baseline of what is in it for me?
Yeah.
And because I know
that gets empty.
People with selfish natures, they usually end up in a lot of solitude and not really well loved. By and large.
That's right.
Because it's hard.
It's hard when it's always
hard right.
Me.
Because after a certain amount of time, everybody else is like, yeah, I'm good with that.
I'm
cool with that. Right there. It's not.
I'm good.
Whereas for me, I love to see the smile on another person's face. Yeah. If you're down, I'm gonna offer to help you up.
Yeah.
If you're out, went to get some gas just the other day.
Yeah.
And I only had $2 in cash on me. And I'm getting ready to pump the gas, and the sister was standing next to the pump, and I wasn't making eye contact until she took a little step closer. Yeah. I wasn't making eye contact because I know my cross is like a beacon. Sure. I think they just come. I don't. Maybe it's just my presence. Yeah. But she came over and said, "Well, can I pump your gas for some?" And I said, "No, thank you." Yeah. But I did give her the only $2 I had.
There you go.
Because now some people be like, "Man, you ain't had but $2."
That's all right.
Why would you give her your last $2? Well, guess what? I know I can get to some more dollars at some point.
That's right.
But this is somebody out here who's standing next to a gas pump,
trying to make
and taking these baby steps over to just say, "Hey, if I do this little task for you, can you reward me with something?" Yeah. Well, you know what? I think this $2 is going to be a blessing. Yeah, that's for whatever it is you're going to use it for. I'm not going to sit on here and soapbox it.
No judgments.
You get to pick your poison. Yeah. That's your get down.
Yeah. Could be a meal.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. But I can say one thing: I had an opportunity to be a blessing. That's right. And I was. And it's the same way when we're giving, whether we're at the Salvation Army. We meet the Salvation Army, and we go there just to spend time. Yeah. And when we go, we take dominoes.
Yeah, see the games.
Sets.
Yeah, hang out with the folks.
We always bring food, pizza, and so forth and whatnot, break bread with them. Yeah. And we fellowship. Yeah, that's right. These are people that are fighting drug addictions. That's right. When you're in those organizations, you have that blackout period at first. Yeah, right. Last time we were there, I was with a guy. He was in his blackout. His first 30 days. Yeah, and he's deliberating. Yeah, man, I miss my kids. My wife brought me, made me promise to come in here so I can get cleaned up. Yeah, but I miss my kids. I'm thinking about just leaving. And we had a real good conversation, he and I. And I explained to him. I said, "Do you really miss your kids?" He said, "I really miss my kids." I said, "Well, let me ask you this. Is the version of you that your wife brought here, and you came willingly with her.
Yeah.
Is that the version you want to be, or do you want to be your better version or your best version of you? Don't you think the sober version of you is going to be better for your kids than this version?
Yeah.
And he agreed.
Yeah, there you go.
But of course, the drugs call. You can't stop the call except with that time away from it.
Time away.
And I said, so listen, stick to it. And this is our opportunity to be a blessing to somebody.
That's right.
Hang in there.
Hang in there. Don't give up.
Go through your blackout and then to where your phone calls and then to where you finally have a visit and then a day visit. And yeah, they're going to only give it back to you incrementally. But if they give you too much rope, you might wrap it around your own neck.
Sure enough.
It's for a reason. Go through the process.
Yeah.
And allow yourself the opportunity to be the dad you want to be.
Yeah.
And he received that. We had a great, it was emotional. I ain't gonna lie. We both had tears going down our faces.
Yeah.
And I'm not there on a blackout. I'm getting ready to walk out.
Sure.
But in those 3 hours together, and I'm sure, if we don't come, that's just folks sitting in a room and a guy mulling, do I stay? Do I go?
Wow.
It's not like they've locked in. If you want to get out,
could have just got up and left.
You can get out. It's not jail.
Yeah.
But what are you getting out to? Finding that first high. And then by the time you show back up at home, you're a monster that your kids don't want to see.
Recognize. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you're disappointed with yourself. And then where does that leave you? Maybe to fix it, I'll go get more high.
The cycle.
Now you're right back. Right. You're in that thing you were trying to tear yourself away from.
Yeah.
So to have somebody who champions the cause of righteousness. That's what I think service is. We are out there making sure that we are the boots on the ground for what's right.
There you go.
People of color have lesser resources. So as Black professionals,
that's right.
We got a few resources. I'm not trying to say I'm some wealthy person. Sure. I'm not that. I know what it's like to be broke.
Oh, yeah.
Trust me. And as a father, I know what it's like to feed a whole family, but me miss dinner that night.
Hey, come on now. That's right.
Feed a whole family.
And I'm good.
Miss dinner that
Drink some hot water or some coffee.
Come on.
The kids will take a nap till you get
Wife ate, kids ate. Then that means I discharged my duties
That's
tonight.
right, bro.
But there wasn't enough. There didn't have to be enough for me.
They're good and I'm good.
Right. I did what I was supposed to do.
Yes, sir.
Understand that.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I'm from that neighborhood.
Exactly. But some men never understand the opportunity cost of fatherhood.
That's right.
Of parenthood. Of husbandhood.
Husbandhood, service.
Right.
Yeah.
And that same person that has to provide like that, with the same one where if somebody comes incorrectly towards our family, we put them behind us and we step in front.
Protect. That's right. We take it.
And they need to know. If you would have asked my kids, will your dad step in front of a bus for you? 100%.
100%. Quick, fast.
Is your dad going to take the bullet for you?
Absolutely.
100%.
Racing to it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Racing to it. You said it with the right verb. Racing.
That's right. Oh, brother.
So
my man.
For me, I try to bring that that joyful servant energy. I want to connect with people. I'm a people person.
Yeah.
So I think it's easy. My kids grew up where there's a lot of Asians in our community. But my kids, even the Korean kids and all the other demographics, all of them grew up with a Black Santa in the Cerritos area.
There you go. And
their whole life.
Kind of multicultural.
A Black Santa. Because my whole life, anytime I had a chance to get in a suit, I'm like, I can get my ho, ho, ho on. I got this.
That's right.
I'm coming.
That's right.
It's going to feel full Santa-licious when I get up there.
There you go. Sure enough. Right. What you said earlier, I'm tying it in now. In the courtroom, you can shift the energy.
Yes.
You can shift it if it needs to be a swift kick to the to the blessed assurance, or if it's a word of uplift. Can I say that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But then I'm also hearing that, thank God for this, through service in the community, you can shift the energy.
Absolutely.
And encourage others that, hey, how can we pass it on to others? It's more blessed to give than what we receive. And that's really the antidote for that me, I stuff. It give from the heart. Give because we're blessed to give. Give from gratitude. And we get back in spades when we see that it's a life impacted, to see the smile on somebody's face, to see that could be a brother who's struggling, is trying to do the right thing, and he has a choice to go back on the block and sell or do whatever, or, hey, I'm going to be around these folks here because they got something positive and get my kids on the right path. I'm hearing that, I'll just say it as flatly, God is using you in your purpose to help people to know their own and that they're loved, they're valued, and life is worth living. You know, am I on point here?
You're so on point, and I
sure.
especially want to emphasize where you said we get it back in spades. I think that the I-oriented, selfish nature-oriented individual feels like they're getting more out of it because I'm not wasting.
Look at me.
Right, everything's for me. All my energy is making sure I benefit.
Yeah.
And I can see where on paper you might think that has you winning.
Yeah.
You usually, most of the people that I've seen like that, they're very much on an island.
They're alone.
They're very much on an island.
Yeah.
And then when their time comes for need or love or care or assistance, they wonder why they hear crickets chirping in the background. But that, in life, I'm a Christian now.
Yes, sir.
But I was a practicing Buddhist about 12 years. And in Buddhism, they talk about cause and effect, and they talk about the yin and the yang.
Yeah.
Well, those concepts of cause and effect and yin and yang, Christians
reaping and
call sow and reap.
Sow and reap.
Same
principle. Yeah.
And people need to understand that you will get out of life that which you feed in.
That reap what you sow.
If you are putting out selfish and negative and selfish, and matter of fact, you're not even putting out, you look in and you take a little each time.
Yeah.
You take a little each time. But when it's time for you to have something to be filled and someone to give to you, and you're wondering, why am I empty? You're empty because you never gave out. You only took. But a person like me who gives, and some people might characterize me as an overgiver. If you know me well enough, you'd be like, man, he gives too much.
Wow.
And I'm not gonna say that may not be part of, that may be me.
That's something.
There may be some of that in
You're working on that.
I may have to do a better job with boundaries. But however, our time here is brief. I think somebody said 10.
10.
We're good.
That's in the scripture.
Well, I'm going to be turning 30 on the 23rd of this month.
Wow.
So I'm like,
many more, good brother.
Thank you.
Many more.
About
How about 5 or 6?
We'll take all them extra scores.
7 score. Yeah, correct. We need you.
But for that time that you're here, my whole life, I just wanted to make sure one thing. I leave it better than when Ethan shows up and then when Ethan leaves. Yeah. Was it better?
Was it better?
It should be better.
My goodness.
And if it didn't get better, I was remiss. I didn't do something right.
Yeah.
And whatever that better is, somebody sometimes might just need you to listen. Sometimes they might need you to give. Yeah. Sometimes they might just need a hug. Yeah. And sometimes they might need some chastisement.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm without words. This has been a great conversation with my friend and brother, Ethan Robinson, Esquire, public servant, true servant, devout friend, brother, man of God, man of the community, father, and devoted friend and brother. So I can't thank you enough for being here, sharing your life's journey. And if you watch this, I hope you take away the nuggets that were shared from my dear friend's life. The On Purpose Leader podcast exists to inspire and motivate change in us. So don't let what was shared just fall on deaf ears. And he said it so well. The life that's focused on getting, taking is a solitary, isolated, really a disappointing life. But the life that's about giving, it's really blessed. And it's one that we can enjoy because God has indeed blessed all of us. And we all got something to give to someone else. So share, like, and subscribe to On Purpose Leader podcast. Host Charles Clemens, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. God bless, brother.
My man.
I love it. It's
Pull up a chair, pour up your plans, take a breath in. We build as we stand. Clock on the wall says hurry. Heart in my chest says wait. I've been learning how to carry more than my own weight. Decks like late nights scribbled in the margins. Vision in the middle of the chaos and the jargon. Leaders in the making, not chasing the throne. We're shaping up the future, one choice, one tone. This is the On Purpose Leader Podcast. Step in the room.